What's up, everybody? So today we're going to be taking a look at the Metal Build Hyper Mega Bazooka Launcher option set. This one came out a couple months ago in Japan. We're just now getting our hands on it in the United States due to some shipping problems, but we all know how that goes in the US. So I'm not going to waste any time. This should be a relatively short review. So let's go. So first we're going to take a look at the box. So of course on the front we've got some nice Photoshop work done. We've got, there's the side there. There's the back. And then there's the other side. And then you've got the top. Just has Metal Build there. And then the bottom there. All right, so let's get inside this thing and see what we got. Okay, let's take a look at this bad boy. All right, let's move that out of the way. Oh, look, hold on. Oh, we got a manual, of course. All right, so that's the manual. All right, nice shot. I like that. Okay, so what you've got here, you got the Hyper Mega Bazooka launcher here. That is humongous. I would say just by looking at it from my eye, I would say that's at least 16 inches. I'll get it out the measuring tape later on and we'll see. Looks like you got the ammo or energy packs here. You've got the this shield. I like that better, way better than the polka dot shield. So I'm glad that they included that. That actually was, they had this as almost like an option set with the Master Grade as well. I don't remember it coming with the bazooka, but definitely the shield and stuff. And then we've got a stand for the gun. So that's pretty much it, pretty simple. So I'll get my high new Gundam out and we'll put this bad boy on and see how it looks. Okay, so actually let's take a look at the manual first. I actually forgot about this. So let's take a look and see what we got. So like I said, awesome shot. I do like that a lot. That is awesome. So you got your parts set there. As you see, not too much. Now, I was actually just looking at this because this actually just came in for me probably about 2 or 3 hours ago. And I didn't remember it being that expensive, but it was actually, I actually paid $150 for this, and then I had to pay $10 for shipping. So that's a pretty hefty price to pay, but the High New Gundam is one of my favorite mobile suits. So you got that, and then you got the front. So that's pretty much the manual. If I can get this folded correctly. All right, so that's your manual. All right, now I'll get the High New out and we'll take a look. Okay, so first things first, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a look at the gun real quick. It's actually got 2 modes and it's got a lot of different things going on here. So we've got quite a bit to get through. So first things first, actually, let me take out my measuring tape so we can find out how long this thing is. Because I know this thing is pretty doggone long. I would say it's about 15 1/4. Probably about 15 1/4 inches to 15 3/8 inches. So pretty big guy, all right? So you got this here. Now, what you've got, this is actually the first mode that you have. Like this. And so what you would do for this mode to put it on the High New, what you would do is you're actually going to take this part out like that. So that just pops out and this will rest on his shoulder. Okay, this part here, it'll it doesn't really clamp down, but it will give it a little bit of support. And then what you're going to do is this actually has 2 handles on this part right here. So what you've got this handle here, and that actually will come into play later, all right? But for this actual part of the gun, there's actually another one right there. There we go, so you can put that back up, boom. Just like that. So he would actually hold it, with this handle, rest his shoulder on this handle. And then that pretty much is the first mode, okay? And then actually you've got a power pack. And what you would do, because actually it'd be easier to show now than later, what you would do is you take this part here and you plug this in here. And then it's got a little wire there. So that's your power pack there. So you would hold it like that. Or you doesn't actually hold it, but you just set it on the ground or whatever. So you got that part there. So we got that. Okay, now what we're going to do is I'm actually going to show you the other mode. So what we're going to do, we're going to clamp this back in like that. And then you can push this back in like that. All right, and then we can take this part, push this back in. All right, and now we're back to how we originally had it. Okay, so first things first, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this part, this metal piece here, and you're gonna move this down like that, okay? And then what you've got is you're gonna have to pop this out. Now I don't have any nails, but what I do is I have a skewer. Let's see if I can get that. There we go. Pop that out. And what that is it just clamps in on the sides there. So pop that out. Now, what you have is you actually have your barrel of your gun in this part here. So what you can do, and what'll happen is you got a connector piece right there. You would take that out and move that down. Now with the barrel, hold on, let me move that out the way real quick. What you'll do here, actually with this part, is just take this part, push this in like that. And then we'll connect kind of like that, but I'm getting ahead of myself. So about the barrel. So you've got the barrel where this comes out like this. This actually extends. Okay, so you've got, I'd say maybe about an inch and a half, maybe that connects out to. So you've got that part there. Okay, so that's for the barrel. Now for this part, what you're gonna do before we connect this part here, because this is on a hinge here, and that kind of swings back this way. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take this original part, this comes out, okay? And this comes out like that. And then that connects to that side there. And then you would pull that down. That's your second handle there. So that's how that goes. Now, with this part, what we're gonna do, we're gonna come back over here and we're going to push this down. And then this actually will connect in on this piece here, this side here. So, and that's kind of snaps into place just like that. So that's that part. And then actually you could probably put this back up if you want. All right, so you got that part. And then you have these two flaps on the side, okay? And what you're gonna do is you're gonna take that, push that down. We're gonna do that to the other side as well. And then what happens is these two parts here connect into there. So those have some place to be. All right, and then you've got all this inner detail here, okay? And then for this part, you can actually take this part off here. I don't have any nails, but let's see if I can get that off. There we go. And then that's actually a connector piece for your stand. So there's a connector piece, where is it? It's somewhere, anyway. But yeah, there's a connector piece for the stand. So if you wanted to have it stand on its side like that, and it would just plug in this way. So that's what you've got there. So that is the second mode. You would actually push this up as well too. So you've got that, and that pretty much is it. So not too shabby. It is a big gun for sure. But what we'll probably try to do now is actually try to put it on the high noon, and that's going to be a little bit of a challenge. So I guess we'll get into that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to try to put the gun with the high new. This is going to be a pretty tedious process. There's a lot of stuff going on. So, but first things first, we're going to need to put the high new on its stand. It is pretty back heavy, so it does have a habit of falling backwards, even though the joints on it are pretty solid, but it's got a really big backpack and all the stuff that it's got on it. So, anyway, so we're going to have to put him on a stand in order to do this. So first, let's get his stand out here. Whoops. Well, there you go. That's what I mean. And then what we're going to do is we're going to connect this to the back here. If I can see. All right. So we got him up like that. So now what we're going to do, let me get him looking properly actually. And then I've already got his wings back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to take out the mini stand that I got with the Hyper Bazooka launcher gun. So this is that stand here. Okay. So what you've got here is I've added this piece. This piece pretty much is going to rest right on this piece here. If I can get that to focus. There we go. Right on this piece here. It does not snap into place or anything like that. So it's just resting on there. So we've got that. So what we're going to do first is we're going to put this thing in his hand. And that is a challenge on its own. So, all right. So probably the best way to do this is to push that up. There we go, like that. And then we're gonna see if I can get this in here. These are hard rubber, so sometimes they have a problem conforming to the hand. There we go. All right, so you've got that up like that, okay? And then I have his arm pushed all the way to the back because that's probably the best because this thing is extremely long. I actually have it in the short mode right now, but the barrel actually goes out even longer. I doubt I'll even be able to put it in the whole shot. So pretty much what you've got is you've got it resting like this here. Let's see if I can move this backwards here a little bit. And then that's going to be resting on that one spot that I showed you. Boom. Just like that. That's what it looks like. Now, he can actually hold the gun just with this part here. However, if there's an earthquake or somebody bumps it or anything like that, it's going to fall off. So what they did is they actually gave you this plastic piece. If I can get it out here. They gave you this plastic piece here. All right. And then what that's going to do is that's actually going to, let's see if I can get that in the whole shot there. Let's see if I can move this down. All right, so pretty much that's just gonna hold on to this part here. So it gives it just a little bit more stability. So that's not difficult. We'll just push this in here, like that. All right, and then this, you can bend this any way you want. So, and then you can support it and clamp it down just like that. So pretty much that's it in a nutshell. Now that's for the mode that I already had it out. And then I would probably take his hand and go like he's holding it. So something similar to that. So let's see if I can move the camera so you can see. Now this is gonna go off of my background, so forgive me, but I just wanna show you. This is just the front part. And that's actually the short version. This extends out, if you remember correctly, like about 2 inches or so. So it goes even further out like that. So you've got that, and then you can plug your little, this energy box. And then if I remember correctly, it goes underneath here. If I can feel it, there it is. If I can hold that. So as you see, there's a lot of things going on here. I can't even see. Actually, let me lift this up. There we go. And then plug that in. Bam. All right. Boom and boom. So you do have a little bit of wiggle room here. You know, his wrist and his elbow joints for the high new are pretty sturdy. So I don't think he's going to have any problem. But of course, he can't hold it by himself. It's just too heavy. It's too big. So you've got that part there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put it into its original mode that we had it in before. And I'm going to do that off camera because trying to do that on camera is going to take some time. But we'll do that. And then we'll see how he holds that one as well. Okay, so now we're going to do actually the first gun mode. Now this one is a lot easier to handle than the other form. But so as you see, I've got this back in its original mode. Okay, and then all we're going to need to do is you're going to take this part, push this out. I need to push this handle in and then take that handle out. So that's where that other handle comes from. That goes back into place like that. So there's your handle there. And then we're going to take this part, open that up just like that. And then this is going to rest on his shoulder just like that. So what I'm going to do, I'll turn this sideways so you can see. All right, so what I'm probably going to do, take his hand, have it maybe kind of like that. And then this is just going to rest like that. And actually you can kind of clamp that in on that side just like that. So it kind of goes off in like that. And then we're going to take this. Actually, I'll probably do this first. Oops. Let's see if I can do this. This is kind of hard to do with a camera in the way. Let's see if I can. Okay, there we go. So he's got that in there. Clamp that in. Now you're going to need the second stand, okay? And so we're going to bring that back in. And you're going to use the same pieces as you did before. And it's going to hold in the same place. Just like that there. Now this one I actually had to extend because this one is a little bit taller. And let's see if I can push that back without anything falling. All right. But so you kind of see where that goes here. And then, like I said, this actually will support it on its own, but it can be a little fragile. So you can always use this plastic piece here. And then you can kind of, and this moves as you want it to. So if you want to clamp it there, you can, right? So that's how that one, so that one's a relatively easy one. And then of course, if you want to put the ammo box back in, or energy box, and then that goes right here. Well, I probably should have put that in first, but that's okay. Let's see if I can get it in there. So this one is a lot easier mode to kind of work with. So, so there's your ammo box there. So that's pretty much it. And then I can put these pieces back on. And there you go. There you have it. So that's the first mode there. And then actually I'll rotate the camera so you can see. This is going to go, you're going to see kind of my setup real quick. But so that's how that goes. And then it goes all the way there. So that's what it looks like. So that's how you do the first gun mode for the Hyper Mega Bazooka launcher. So that's pretty much it. So let's go into final thoughts. So final thoughts on this guy. I really did like this set a lot. There's not much to it. The only con really for it is that it's extremely big. So good luck trying to find a display case to even put it in. or even, you know, have it. This is probably taller than my DTOF. I can't even get the entire gun piece in the whole shot. So, but that's really the only con. But all the pros, it's my #1 favorite mobile suit. So of course I have to get it. The fact that it has 2 different option modes for the actual gun is pretty good. I would actually say probably using like some silly putty or some sticky tack. I have that actually on his hand so he can actually hold this actual pose, because he doesn't actually come with hands that'll actually hold that gun that much outside of the triggers on it. So, but I would say out of 10 stars, I would give this option set a 9. I think combined with the high new, it's a 10 for me. It just looks amazing. And if you are a fan of the new or the high new Gundam, this is definitely one you want to pick up. So thank you guys for watching the video, and I will catch you in the next one.